Hello and welcome back to War Thunder. Today with another aircraft guide. Today we take a look at the Yakovlev Yak-3P. We will go over the history of the aircraft in game, and of course show you some gameplay. And boy, will be an experience, because this really is one of the best Russian aircraft at rank 3 and at this BR. It really is really fun to fly. It's a very good all-rounder, and today we will show you all about it. Now, let's start with the history of this thing, shall we? The Yak-3P is a late World War modification of the Yakovlev Yak-3. The Yak-3 belongs to the lightweight series of Yak fighters, with the Yak-1 and 3 being the more lightweight air-to-air fighters, while the related Yak-9 and 7 are more heavier multi-purpose aircraft. Now, the Yak-3 can trace its roots back to the Yak-1, which we also have in game here. The first aircraft designated as Yak-3 was an alternative prototype to the Yak-1 called I-30. Instead of wood, the aircraft was largely made out of aluminium. This had several benefits, for example the aircraft not being as susceptible to the elements than the wooden parts of the Yak-1 were. Moreover, aluminium is more lighter than wood, which would of course reduce the weight of the aircraft overall. Nevertheless, aluminium is more expensive, and the Soviets feared shortages of this metal, which is why the Yak-1 would go into production, being built by the thousands. And now the Yak-1 was a solid performer, but as the Luftwaffe aircraft improved throughout the course of World War II, the Soviets realized their aircraft needed to adapt as well. By 1943, newer models of the 109 and 190 started to outclass the Yak-1. A new and improved Yak-1, designated Yak-1M, served as the prototype of what would become the Yak-3. This new aircraft differed from its predecessors in that the wing was now more similar to the Yak-9s, with an aluminium spar instead of wooden ones. This, and a slight reduction in wing area, by shortening the wings, made the new aircraft some 245 kilograms lighter than a standard Yak-1. The engine was switched from a Klimov VK105PF to a PF2, raising performance up to 1300 horsepower. With that, and a further refined second prototype, the aircraft displayed very good performance. It was faster than any other production Yak, had a tight turning circle, and good rate of climb thanks to the lower weight of the aircraft. The aircraft impressed high officials so much so that it was ordered into production as the Yakovlev Yak-3, supplanting the other Yaks in service before outright replacing them on the production line, except for the Yak-9. The armament followed the standard scheme for Yak fighters, with a 20mm Shevak cannon and two UBS heavy machine guns. And this now gives me a chance to talk a little bit about the Shevak cannon. The Shevak is one of the big four of 20mm cannons of World War II. The big four for me are the HS-404, the MG-151, the Shevak, and the Type 99. The Shevak is broadly comparable in most aspects to the other ones, especially the German MG-151 having roughly the same rate of fire and muzzle velocity. The Shevak was the standard cannon armament of Russian aircraft up until 1944. While it was comparable in muzzle velocity and accuracy, it did however have one shortcoming, and that being a lack of destructive power. It fired a rather light shell with less high explosive filler than its contemporaries. I think the shell was like 20 x 99mm, so basically the same length as the M2 M2 Browning. But yeah, it had less explosive filler. Here's a short overview. The HS-404, which was used by the British and by the Americans, had 11 grams of high explosive filler. The MG-151, with its Minengeschosse, had a ridiculous 18.6 grams of explosive filler. The Type 99 used by the Japanese had 12 grams, and the Shevak only had 6.8 grams. So, yeah, in terms of destructive power, the Shevak could not really compete with its counterparts. The new fighter appeared in larger numbers in the summer of 1944 and soon made its presence felt. Its small size, uprated engine, and very lightweight made the Yak a difficult opponent for 190s and Me-109s. With the engine geared towards low altitude performance, the aircraft was optimally suited for air combat on the Eastern Front. It had a high rate of roll, and with only 2.7 tons loaded and great acceleration, the Soviets were now for the first time able to effectively challenge the Me-109 in the vertical. In comparison, a Bf-109J6 weighs 3.2 tons loaded, and the 109 is not really a heavy aircraft. Now, the Yak-3 was optimized for speed and performance. This is why, for example, from factory, the aircraft were wax polished. Top speed was 646 km per hour at 4 km altitude. Again, in comparison, 109G6 manages only 588 at that height. Wing loading was 162 kg per square meter, which made the Yak-3 a great turn fighter. At higher altitudes, the German fighters, however, still remained superior. Not only that, but the German fighters could also still dive away from the new Yak, as with its predecessor, it did not achieve high dive speeds. Also, the Yaks had a tendency to shed their plywood skin during high-speed dives. Problems were also noted with the landing gear and the VK-105 engine, which throughout its history had overheating issues on virtually all aircraft it was fitted to. Nevertheless, German pilots were famously ordered to avoid dogfights with Yaks below 5,000 meters that lacked an oil cooler below the nose. As you can see, the Yak-3 lacks the oil cooler that, for example, the Yak-1 has here, also the Yak-9. This is, by the way, one of the most easiest way to differentiate a Yak-1 from a Yak-3. The Yak-3, by the way, was not only operated by the Soviets, but also by the Poles, the Yugoslav Air Force, and most famously by the Normandy Niemen Squadron, which acquired the new fighter in October of 1944. By the way, one of the alternative skins for the Yak-3P here, this one is from the Normandy Niemen Squadron. This squadron's pilots as well praised the aircraft in the highest notes. It was felt, however, rather early that the Yak-3 was undergunned. If you compare the Yak's armament to other aircraft of the time, particularly German ones, which had loads of 20 or even 30mm cannons installed, you really see why. And this was why studies to improve the aircraft's armament were done early on. The result of this is the Yak-3P, which arrived in April of 1945, but most likely did not see service anymore. This new variant replaced the Shevak and UBS with 3 Berezin B-20 cannons. The Berezin fires the same ammo as the Shevak, but is significantly lighter than its predecessor, therefore further reducing weight of the Yak-3. In fact, the new gun package was 11 kg lighter than the previous configuration. With all the guns in the nose, the new variant possessed deadly and concentrated firepower. 596 of the Yak-3P would be built. Several other versions were built in prototype form, including a Yak-3T, which is basically the same configuration as the Yak-90 we have in game, a 3T-57 with a huge 57mm gun, and a limited production one with the VK-107, which is also available as a premium here in the game somewhere here, the Yak-3 VK-107. This boosted performance to 1600 horsepower. However, with all of these, it was thought that the bigger Yak-9 would be more suited to receive these upgrades, rather than the light and thoroughbred Yak-3. Tests were also carried out with rocket engines, and after the war, the Yak would serve as the basis for the Yak-15, Soviet Russia's first jet fighter that entered service. All in all, 4,848 Yak-3s would be built. As for the Yak-3P here in game, it sits at a battle rating of 5.0, and you can find it in the Russian tech tree in the Yak lineage of fighters. It follows the regular Yak-3, which is at a battle rating of 4.3, and the Yak-3P with a battle rating of 5.0 is the highest BR vehicle at rank 3 in the Soviet air tree. As for modifications, the aircraft really benefits from the use of the tracer belt, which is why you should get the offensive 20mm belts as early as possible. Of course, you need to get one of these first, and then go immediately for the offensive ones, because you really want to use the tracer belts, because the FIT shells, for some reason, they are insanely good. I mean, they are like lasers. I don't really know why, because historically, again, the Berezin guns, they fire the same round as the Shevak, and it historically had the lowest HE filler of any of the major 20mm weapons used. Anyways, after that you go for the performance mods and take the survivability mods at last. The Yak-3 is not the most survivable aircraft anyways, and these don't really have much either. Most of the wing is still made up of wood, and the aircraft tends to catch fire rather easily when hit, so keep that in mind. And with that, we come to the aircraft in a test flight. Now then, as for the Yak-3P's flight performance, I've already taken off, so let's show you how this thing behaves in the air. It does have, first of all, a pretty good roll rate. It's not 190 levels of good, but still very impressive, and a bit better than the BF-109. The Yak-3P is an aircraft that really excels in the horizontal. It does have a very tight turning circle, and it holds its speed in a turn really well. This makes the Yak-3P good for prolonged turn fights, but not against all aircraft. Your most similar opponent you will face is the BF-109. There are several versions of 109 you can face, from the F4 to the G models, and you should fight these differently. The 109 F4 in particular can be tricky, despite it being a full BR lower, because the 109 F4 can actually outturn or outmaneuver the Yak-3. Both aircraft have very similar performance stats in terms of engine power and weight, but I feel that the 109 F4 and the Yak-3 are just very similar. A good Yak-3P pilot can outperform a BF-109 F4 pilot, and vice versa. Against the later 109s like the G6, you can play it more aggressively, since they cannot really turn with you. However, be careful against all 109s at very low speed, because the 109s have these leading edge slats that the Yak lacks. Not only that, but the Yak-3 does not have a combat flap setting, only landing flaps, and they are not very strong. Deploy these only below 300 km per hour. That said, the Yak-3, however, is otherwise a very flexible and beautiful to fly aircraft. It is stable in all directions, it reacts well to input, has good rudder and aileron authority, and it's just all in all pretty similar to fly to BF-109, with some differences of course. As you can see, it does not have water emergency power. All of these Klimov 105 engines, they do not have this feature. So the 100% power is all that you get. The aircraft climbs very well, although you should not climb this thing above 6k. This thing is really suited or geared towards the low altitude fighter role, and this is where the Yak-3P excels. While it does climb very well, it does not dive very well. Initial acceleration of dive is actually pretty damn good. However, you should not dive this thing above 660 km per hour, because the aircraft will start to shake, and of course you get the reduced speed warning. It does, however, remain easy to pull out of the dive itself. But this is actually historical. I mean, we talked about earlier, in some of these aircraft, they just shed their plywood skinning in high-speed dives, so this is probably the reason why they are limited to that speed here in-game as well. All of the Yak fighters are not particularly good at diving. That said, the aircraft does hold its speed in a dive pretty well, and it is very fast on the deck. Maybe not Westland Wyvern or MB5 levels of fast, but certainly quick, and you will be able to outrun most enemy fighters on the deck or catch up to them. Notable enemies, apart from 109s of course, are the A6M0 and Spitfire. In the case of the Zero, you should definitely not turn with them. If you have to dogfight Zeros, try to keep your dogfights in the vertical fly, boom and zoom maneuvers, because the Yak-3P with that extra horsepower is certainly able to do that. Under any circumstance, do not turn fight a Zero. Don't allow a zero to get on your tail or you are dead. While the zero is not great in a dive, it can stay in a dive for a surprising amount of time. So keep that in mind. Also, the Spitfire can outturn you, and while the Spitfire does not have great high speed performance, neither does the Yak really. So yeah, Spitfire and zeros, try to stay away from them or attack them only when you have the element of surprise or are positioned above them. There you can comfortably attack them with boom and zoom maneuvers. And you can fly boom and zoom maneuvers with the Yak-3. Again, just keep your speed and keep an eye out on your speed, that you don't dive in too hard or you'll rip your wings apart. In general, you can say that most aircraft it cannot outrun, it can outturn, and vice versa. So the Yak-3P is actually a relatively easy aircraft to fly, in my opinion. It has a nice learning curve that carries on from the earlier Yak fighters. And yeah, at least in my opinion, it is one of the easiest aircraft to fly in War Thunder. I have tons of fun with the thing, and I would certainly recommend the aircraft. Give this thing a spin. But yeah, with all these theories on the test, let's just take the Yak-3 out into combat and see what it really is able to do. So here for our first game with the Yak-3P, we are against the Chinese and the Germans. Oh, so this gives us the opportunity for engaging the 109s on one versus one terms. This could be interesting. Oh, the Americans as well. There's a Corsair. Okay. Nah, he's gonna try heading me on. That's what just Corsair's gonna do. Nope. Throw off his aim, evade the head-on. Is he gonna follow? Nope. Oh, and there's 109. Alright. Okay, he has less energy, which means I can take it into the vertical. Loop around to get on his 6. Cut inside his turn. Come on. Use a little bit of flaps there. Ah, I've got you now. Kaboom! Yeah. Yeah, usually take the Yak-3P into the horizontal, but in under these circumstances, with the Yak-3's light airframe, taking it into the vertical also is a viable option. In general, the Yak-3 is just a very versatile aircraft. It feels at home in both playing fields. Choice of 2 targets. The LA-11 is low in energy. Cut inside his turn again. Boom. Kill number 2. Easy peasy. Hell, this is easier than shooting fish in a barrel. Okay, loop around. There's the Corsair. Oof. Oh, okay. Okay, not gonna go for that. He is finished. Not a low-life kill stealer. Instead, we take the FW90. Missed that approach. Come on, cut power. Ah, and there's kill number 3. Yeah, he tried to roll, but with the Yak-3's decent roll rate, I was able to get that kill. Okay, another 190 coming in. Oh, he doesn't see me. Oh, he doesn't see me. Okay, we take advantage of the Yak-3's good climb rate and the light airframe. So we can yes, yes, stay in the climb and get kill number 4. Okay, it's going well so far. One more kill and I have an ace. And this is not even a down tier. I think the LA-11 is... Oh, is it? I think it's higher than 5.0, right? Anyways. Okay, BF-109. Oh god, he has 4 aircraft heading to his position. I doubt I'm gonna get there in time to get the 5th kill. Oh! Oh, there's the B-25. Might be able to get... okay, TU-2. I bet he's gonna go head on. That's what just TU-2 is gonna do when they engage enemy aircraft. Yeah, of course they do. Anyways. Well, why do I complain? That leaves one more kill for me. B-25. He's noticed me now. Okay. I need to plan this. I can't just go straight on his tail and try shooting him down. He will kill me with his 50 cals. Alright, we need to do a different approach. I mean, the best position to attack a bomber is always from the front. Or if you're facing a Lancaster, from below, because it doesn't have any belly guns. Okay. My plan here is to overtake him and then dive on him from the front. Or if he tries to evade, I can just catch him in his turn. He is just gonna... Yeah, okay, he's trying to snipe me. Throw off his aim a little bit. Best would be to approach him from his left quarter. So that way he does not only need to take into account the movement of my aircraft, but also his. Which should throw off his aim. I think I'm close enough. Yep, should do it, okay. Engage from the rear panel, and yes! Kaboom! Oh, just passed under his wing, hell. And that's 5 kills, and that's also a game. Hell yeah. That's what I want to see. Great match with the Yak-3P. Come on, I want to see what I got. Show me these results. Alright. Well, that's a... actually not too much. Oh well. Oh well. I played this for the fun anyways, so I won't complain. Okay, and here at altitude, we have our first aircraft inside. It's a P-61. Let's see if... okay, the Tower 154 didn't get him. Let's see if we can get a kill on him. Let's put these laser guns to work. Come on! Yeah, already the crit, there it is. Let's finish him off. Kaboom! There's kill number 1. First blood to the Yak-3P in this match. Yeehaw! B-17 up high. Let's, don't engage that guy. Okay, let's see. A6M. So we are against the Japanese and the Americans. We do have the Germans on our side, so okay, interesting matchup. Key 6. Oh, there's a B. They have a BF-109. Oh, I hope I can engage this guy. Need to keep an eye out for zeros. There's at least one. I think there was another one, right? Okay, the Key 61 got a kill. Okay, let's see if we can get this guy. Okay, the Key 61 is more maneuverable than us, so this is the best position to attack him from above. Kaboom! There's a crit! Crit at his wing. Ooh, okay, we don't want to overshoot him, so let's break off. Continue the loop, and this should position ourselves right at his 6. Is he gonna turn? No, he's gonna dive. Okay, no problem. I can certainly dive after him, although I need to watch my speed. K61 is not really a great diver itself. It does lock up pretty hard. Yup, and we need to reduce the speed certainly. Let's put up into the vertical, another loop, and now we should be in a great position to attack him. Come on. Come on. Yes! There's kill number 2. Oh, yeah, okay. VB10 inbound. Really rare sight in the skies of War Thunder. Not many people play a VB10. Well, not particularly good anyways. Come on, let's get the... of course. That would have been such a great kill, but of course, well, these cool kills never happen when I'm recording. Ugh. Okay, now he has support of a 0, so... can't afford to really engage him right now. 1-on-1, no problem, but once the zero gets involved, I am as good as dead. So we will use the Yak-3's good low altitude performance to distance ourselves. Let's see if the zero breaks off, and then we can re-engage. Okay, we get support in the form of Yakovlev up there. Good. What's he about to do? He's gonna go head on, isn't he? It's a Yakovlev. Of course he's gonna go head on. That's what they are actually pretty good at. And the zero is... Oh, okay, the zero actually evaded it. Oh. I don't know what it is with zero pilots, but a lot of them, they just want to go head on. I don't know why. Okay, let's evade the VB-10. What's he gonna do? Oh, oh, the Yakovlev. Oh. Alright, then. Oh, the zero. Oh, come on. That's the opportunity. Yeah. Yes! Kill number 3, and the Yakovlev got the VB-10. So, great exchange of kills there. Nice teamwork. Took care of 2 dangerous aircraft on the enemy team. And now the Corsa is coming. No. Oh, this is way too close. Oh, come on. Reverse the turn. Roll around. Can I get this? Yes! Yeah, that was smooth. Yeah. Talk about not getting the kills when I'm recording. Oh, great. That really looked cool. And that puts me up to 4 kills. Alright then. Whew. Next, please. Alright. Nothing happening. Okay, that was a lot of action, but now the skies are empty. Ah! Oh! Oh! Oh. Okay. 109 and a 0 inbound. Both of them have the altitude advantage. We do have enough time to plan this out. That's a deadly combo. One can boom and zoom while the other can just turn fight. If these guys played clever, they can really clean up. And they are staying rather close together, so they seem to know what they're doing. None of them seems to sacrifice any height, so they want to keep this altitude advantage, which is the way to go in this situation. I mean, they are technically in... we do have the numbers advantage. Spitfire coming in. Okay, good. We are 3 versus 2 at the moment. So that puts us... we do actually have an advantage right here. So let's see. If he breaks, I can re-engage. Yep, now we can engage. We do have the advantage here, and this should be... yep, forget what I just said. What is it with Spitfire pilots? Spitfire and Zero pilots, I noticed. They like to go head on. I don't know why. They're not really built for it. Both are very flimsy aircraft, particularly the Zero. But yeah, but you see it time and time again. Anyways. Great. How do we handle the situation now? Okay. So they are working together as a team, it seems. We need to stay close together as well. We do have a Spitfire and a 154 down low somewhere. The only way we can really handle this is to get them low on altitude and then engage them. I mean, the Yak-3 is a solid aircraft, but still. In these circumstances, I really don't want to dogfight. This is... this really would be suicide. Good thing is I am at my optimal altitude. Remember Yak-3 achieved 646 kilometers at, what was it, 4,000 meters? So if the flight model is correct, I should be able to be a real beast up here. Still, I don't really want to push my luck. We are gonna play this safe. Okay, engines overheating. Let's reduce power a bit. Okay, we are over our airfield, so we are. I do have the protection of my AA, so I can really think and plan this out. Well, I keep them busy, since they both seem to be fixated on me. The other guys can climb. Well, at least the 109 seems to be fixated on me. Okay, now they are gonna. The Zero is trailing a little bit more behind. But yeah, these guys, they don't sacrifice any altitude. Kudos to them, they are playing it, up until now, they are playing it very cleverly. Okay, now he's gonna make his move. Okay, which means I might be able to re-engage. There's enough distance between the Zero and the 109, come on. He's kudos to the 109, he is playing it pretty clever, yeah. Not gonna lie. Now the Zero makes its move. Okay, let's dive away. That 190 is taking a lot of risks, I have to admit. I'm sorry, this is probably very boring to watch right now, but I'm just looking for an opening or to reposition myself in a more advantageous position right there before re-engaging. Okay, we have all aircraft up in the sky right now. 4 aircraft versus their 2. If they want to get the kills, they need to come down and play. We should not be fighting their dogfight. The Zero's making his move. Just this could be my chance. Come on. Long range engage. Nah, missed the shot. And come on. No chance in hell I'm gonna follow that turn. Just look how tightly the Zero pulled. I mean, this really, the Zero is like the Yak-3. The Zero is immense fun to play, particularly the A6 M3s, because they are at a 4.0 BR. They are some of the best aircraft in the game for their BR. Alright. Seems like the A6 M5 has committed to dogfighting. Okay, this might be our chance. We need to take opportunities here. And I am significantly faster than him. So come... He has no chance in hell, he doesn't... Yeah, he's setting me up for the 109 to make a move, probably. Come on. Oh, this is looking... almost. Damn it. Oh, watch the speed. We are pretty fast. Okay. Alright. Let's not lose our nerves. God, I also need to watch my fuel state. I mean, Oh, great! The Tab 154 nailed the Zero. Oh, good job. Okay, now I'm feeling very confident on engaging the 109. 1 versus 1, hell yeah, no problem whatsoever. Seems he... Yeah, he's most likely... He's leaving the battle area. Or is he trying to just gain altitude? Anyways. Forget it, I need to go back to base and rearm and refuel. I have no ammunition and running out of fuel pretty soon. So I will most likely by this point have skipped ahead because everything I've done so far is just, well, yeah, rearmed and headed to this guy's base, followed him. And the 109 part is, he's pretty cocky, because he just managed to lure one of our aircraft into his flak range, and the flak nailed him. So let's see if we can do something about that attitude. Alright, he is trying to repeat what he just did by trying to lure me into his flag range, but I'm staying right at the edge of where his flag has a reasonable chance of getting me. And this is a 109 F4, so will be an interesting dogfight. Let's see what he's about to do. He's forcing the head on. No. Break off. And I do have the energy advantage, which means I can take it into the vertical. Don't want to fight 109 F4 in the horizontal, because there's a good chance he might knows what he's doing. But like this, I can, yeah, easily get on his 6 and blow his ass out of the sky. Come on. Wasted a lot of bullets there. Problem is, shit, we are running out of time. Come on, evade the flag rounds. Damn it. Oh, that's the last enemy aircraft. Holy shit, there's the B-17. Come on. Oh, there's just less than a minute remaining. Come on, Yak-3. Come on. Faster. This is... I'm on 5 kills. I already have the ace. Come on. Yeah, Mr. Yo! There's the crit! Come on! There goes the rudder! And, out of ammo. Oh, no. We can't win by points. Come on. Oh my god. Please crash. Please let it be enough. Shit. My heart is racing. Come on. Please. Yes! Yes! Fick die Hände, Alter! Holy shit! That was clutch! Oh my god! That has to be the biggest carry I ever did. I can't believe I just fucking won that. I almost fucked my keyboard up. 6 kills, holy hell. Oh my god, what a match. Yeah. Top of the leaderboard, deserved. Oh, my back's gonna hurt from all that carrying. And that brings this video about the Yak-3P to an end. I have to admit, that were some really great games I had with this aircraft. I mean, oh, this is such a fun machine to fly. It's a great tech tree grinder. It really is. I would actually suggest get a talisman for this thing, and yeah, it really is a fantastic aircraft. It really ticks all the right boxes. It's just one of the best all-rounders in the game, right up there with the likes of the BF-109 F4. But yes, that's it for the Yak-3P. I hope you enjoyed the video, maybe you learned something, and I'll catch you on the next one.